see why it's not working on Freight Manager and fix it without breaking functionality, as always. So if I try to log in up here, so it says login successful of reloading page, and now it's not logged in because otherwise it would say log out there. If I click on that again, it'll ask me to log in even though I'm already logged in. I can get around this by clicking there to log in. Also, alright, let's try that. I'll show you. So refreshing the page makes it work. Don't give yourself a headache worrying about why that's happening. Just fix it by taking code from other sites that I've already provided for you. See, this is what it looks like to be logged out. That's not a proper interface for the WP admin backend. I'm already logged in anyway, right? So I should just be able to access this. Then you've got the whole reCAPTCHA thing. So settings, security, and you can see reCAPTCHA is already set. So if I log out of here, so I'm just going to show you the dashboard for a second. So I'm logged out now. Okay. Register. If I try to register, this isn't working. Also, the reCAPTCHA is not appearing here. Also, you cannot choose your own password, which you should be able to do. So choosing your own password already exists on funmap.com. See funmap.com? So you can choose your password. So reCAPTCHA does not work there either. And then on Art Scroller, it's the oldest test site of all. Registration really works. And it's got the reCAPTCHA there as well. And then it sends you an email with verification and so on. But that's all broken here. Also with password recovery. So there's login, register, and password recovery. It's all part of the same system. So if I type in admin here and click reset password, there's no notification there. It just takes you back to login, but it's broken the site because if there's anything outside of the home page, then the site's broken. So that should always be like that. So let's look at FunMap if I try to do password recovery. So at least it gave you that sign, even though it's broken the site, at least it gave you that message. And also, it also sent me an email. So you can grab the code from these and then just make sure it's modified to sit neatly within the this frame properly when it's got messages and so on. This second thing. Stop the dashboard from hanging over the top of posts. It needs to be vertically above them. So that's the dashboard. As you can see, the post is underneath there. It's hidden. That needs to be spaced underneath it, so it's not concealed. Okay, fix that. What's the next thing? Add new form category. Drop-down box needs to disappear immediately after first selection to prevent multiple selections, and related problems need to go away. So I can't remember if I'm logged in now or not. So this won't be a problem when you're doing this one because you'll have already finished 1 and 2. But right now it's not working, so I've got to refresh the page. That's how I know I'm logged in there, see? And also with the little So if I go to create a new listing, you see how the internet's slow? It is possible, because this is slow to respond, sometimes it's possible to click multiple, although that problem mostly seems to be fixed. Maybe it is fixed. If I find that problem still broken after you've had a look at it, just inspect that code and see if it's perfect or not. Okay. To make sure that the drop-down menu does not stay on the screen after you've already clicked something. Number 4, the form date picker needs to stick to the date box properly when scrolling quickly. Okay, so date box, when I scroll, see how it's all over the place? That's got to stick to the box nicely in all the time. Doesn't matter what the form is or whatever, it's always got to stick properly. And when you resize the screen, it plays up as well. See, now it won't even appear. So really fix that properly. Next thing, form address box needs to work without errors after form changes, etc. So if I go into the address box down here and I type in 22 Smith Street, London maybe. Okay, so it's showing you that it knows where that is. But sometimes it goes away. And you've got to do it all over again. Like for example, if I went to fill out the rest of this form, not working. Once they're fixed, that won't be a problem. But I have kind of set it so that if you click in there, you'll require to do it again. But if I click somewhere else now, all I've done is click in the box. If I click out there, it's gone, see? That's unnecessary, that should not happen. Now if I try to do that same address again, well, it did work this time. I can assure you there are problems with this, you've just got to do some bug checking and stuff. And click New York maybe. Just do proper bug checking on this address box because I know there's some fault to it. Just make sure it's not broken. Yeah, you saw that. I just typed London and now there's no map marker. See? It just appears for a second and then it's gone. And New York as well, I bet. Yep, it appeared for a second, then it just disappeared. Now let's try something that hasn't been typed, Edinburgh. And now, for some reason, because that hasn't been done before, it works. But if I go back to London, it's not going to work. Let's see if Edinburgh works. Anyway, you can see it's faulty. The next thing, fix it. So, number 6, submit a standard button. Needs to take user back to updated dashboard with the success message. So, if I did complete this form properly, then it should go back to the main dashboard with a list of the user's posts. I don't know why there's a C up there. A C just there. Right, I must have. Yeah, there's that. This program doesn't allow you to see how many results there are. Yeah, I don't really get what's happening. There it is, it's up there. Yeah, that's gone away, that's good. Okay, so what was this quest? Submit a standard button needs to take user back to updated dashboard with a success message. So after you finished creating a post, in here, post, New York, then why not work? See if it does. Feature until the oh, I didn't recharge the page after that happened. Anyway, after you submit, it needs to go back to the main dashboard, which shows all the posts this particular user has ever done. Okay, and with a success message over the top of it that probably fades away. Next one, create a cookie for the dashboard so it stays open if the users go back to the site. So if I refresh this page, this should still stay on the screen. No, it doesn't because there's no cookie. You need to make that cookie happen. Make sure all images are being displayed correctly in posts. Sometimes they are too small for some reason. Try and find an example. That's fine. That's going edge to edge because it's a wide image. The problems are visible when the image is shrunk smaller than the 300 by 300 space that it's sitting in. That's all fine. These all have white backgrounds. It'll look better when it's got black backgrounds, I think. Well, I know what's happened recently on the live site. I'll have to go to live site to show an example here. Okay. So you see the Jungle Book? Yeah, you can see what's happened there. Now what is it about that particular image? It must be the dimensions of the image and that image as well. Now if I click on an image, it'll show me the image viewer, but I'm not sure it'll show you the proper inspection stuff about it because I don't know if this is compressed or not. I think these are the raw sizes. That's the one. It's 42 kilobytes, which is tiny. 500 by 409, that's large enough. You only have to be 300 by 300 to fit in the box properly. So for some reason when they uploaded this, it was either compressed too much or it was already compressed too much perhaps. Find out what's wrong with that and make sure it's the same size as all the other. All posts should have their images edge to edge. No stretching, but 42 kilobytes is an extremely small image file. But I'm not sure if that was a compression that I just looked at. Anyway, you've seen what you need to do there. When you export the database as an SQL file and import it into an empty database, it says the taxonomy meta table already exists. Please find out why this is happening and fix it. So that's phpMyAdmin. You can get there. You know phpAdmin, right? Just know it. Don't make me have to teach you that. If I have to teach you that, then you're not qualified. Okay, so the taxonomy meta is being created as a table for some reason during an import, and it seems like there's a WP options table that's creating it somehow. Just make sure that can easily be imported and exported freely without any problems. And then finally, fix the reCAPTCHA functionality. I've already said that. So you can see that working in Art Scroller. Yeah, here you go. See, it's working here, and it's controlled from where I showed you before in Security tab. So that's milestone 1. If you have any problems understanding that, then ask me.